Ayo, back at it again with another video. So, this video is talking about Biden's re-election chances in 2024. So, ran in 2020 against Trump, won that one, and then is up for re-election in 2024. So, we're going to go through different historical re-election campaigns. We'll do Bill Clinton's. So this was his map in 92. And then if you look at the map in 96, it's more or less the same. You have a lot of support out west, a lot of support here in the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast. You can get some southern states. Bill Clinton's coalition from 92 to 96, it held. That's why he won re-election. So go to 2000. So Bush v. Gore, 2000, it's a pretty heated and contested election, but ultimately Bush, solid in the plains, solid in the South, pretty decent in Ohio, Indiana, Missouri in the Midwest, picked up New Hampshire. And when he went up for re-election in 2004, the coalition held. Did great in the plains, great in the South, got Ohio, won back Iowa, did not keep New Hampshire, but was able to get 286. Okay, next president, Obama, 2008. Obama did well in the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, carried Florida, got Virginia, Nevada, Colorado, and New Mexico. 2008. 2012, it held. The coalition held. Indiana and North Carolina flipped back to the Republicans, but more or less same situation. So, U.S. Historical 2020. So this was the Biden coalition. States out west, states in the Southwest, Georgia, got states up here in the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast. That was 2020. Biden got 306. Trump got 232. So for Biden to win re-election, his coalition has to hold. So we're going to fill in the blue states that voted for Biden in 2020. These states out west: Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Virginia, New York, all of New England with the exception of an electoral college vote in Maine, because again, Maine and Nebraska do their voting differently. So since the census, there was what is known as reapportionment. So in 2020, Biden got 306 electoral college votes, but due to census and redistricting, the same map overlaid on the 2024 battleground map looks like this. Instead of 306, Biden would win 303 compared to, whoa, there we go. That, official. Instead of having 306 electors vote for Biden, they would have 303. So for Biden to be reelected, he would have to have this coalition hold. Now, depends on who he faces, whether that's Trump, whether that's DeSantis is another favorite for the Republican primary. Maybe there's a dark horse that completely comes out of nowhere that surprises everybody, but that's unlikely. So for Biden to be reelected, he would have to hold his coalition together. So there's a handful of battleground states. For my sanity, I'm going to keep it like that. Biden has an opportunity to pick up this electoral college vote here in Omaha. Trump has the opportunity, or DeSantis, or whoever wins would have the opportunity here in Maine's congressional district. So these are the battleground states. So I think Biden does well in Pennsylvania. He's from, originally from Scranton, moved to Delaware. I think Philly turns out. I think Pittsburgh turns out for Biden. I don't think Biden picks up Ohio. I just don't. I think it'll be competitive, but I think Ohio remains red. Same with Iowa. I think Iowa votes red. We're going to go to Michigan. Michigan performed for the Democrats really, really well in the midterms. If you look at the midterms for the Democrats, the environment was not friendly, but ultimately Gretchen Whitmer won re-election pretty handily, and the Democrats were able to pick up the state Senate and state House in Michigan. So I think Michigan is lean blue for Biden in 2024. So he picks up Pennsylvania, he picks up Michigan, and he's at 260. I think Georgia continues trending blue at the national level. Atlanta Metro is growing. I think that goes blue for him. So just those three states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia, he's already at 276. I don't think Texas and Florida go blue for him at all. Florida is on a rightward trajectory, and Texas is not flipping blue, in my opinion, in 2024, maybe 2028. So we have 4 states left. I think Biden picks up Arizona and Nevada pretty easily. I think Arizona is trending bluer. North Carolina, I think, goes blue. In 2020, North Carolina was super competitive. Decided by less than a percentage point. I think North Carolina goes blue to Biden in 2024. And I think Wisconsin, too. I think Wisconsin will be a toss-up, just like North Carolina, but I think, Biden has the advantage of incumbency, winning Wisconsin, winning North Carolina, holding on to Pennsylvania and Michigan, who performed pretty well for the Democrats in 2022 midterms in a very unfavorable environment for the Democrats. You got Georgia and Arizona continuing to go blue. I think this would be a realistic map for Biden to be reelected in. I think maybe North Carolina might go, I would not at all be surprised, not at all surprised in the slightest, if the map is the exact same. Would not be surprised at all. Florida's not voting blue. Texas might not vote blue quite yet. North Carolina might still be in the red column. Ohio might still be in the red column. Would not be surprised if this was the exact same map with the exact same 2 candidates, Trump, Biden. The only wild card that I know of is North Carolina. Does Biden perform better, or does he perform just a little worse? Does states like Wisconsin go red? I don't know. So for Biden to win re-election, he has to have his coalition hold, turn out votes in Phoenix, turn out votes in Atlanta, turn out a lot of votes in Philly and Pittsburgh and Detroit and Madison and Milwaukee right down here. I think if Trump wins the nomination, and it's very likely that he does, that Biden would win with the exact same margin. Maybe one more state. I don't know. But for Biden to be reelected, his coalition has to hold, and it looks like it will. Because if you look at the midterms, Democrats did well in Michigan. Democrats did well in Pennsylvania. Did well in Arizona. Katie Hobbs is now the governor in Arizona. Georgia's mixed bag. Ultimately, the Democrats did not do well at the state level, but they did well at the federal level with Raphael Warnock on the ticket versus, I can't remember his name. Herschel Walker, that's what his name is. So Democrats in 2022 did well in Pennsylvania and Michigan and Arizona and Georgia. And even well in Wisconsin. You got Governor Evers got reelected. So I think this is somewhat realistic for Biden to be reelected. And I think, if he's facing Trump, I think he has, a really good opportunity to be reelected. I think if DeSantis is the nominee, I think Biden still has a pretty good shot at winning reelection. So, with that being said, I think Biden has a pretty good shot at being the victor in 2024 and remaining president. So, with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Deuces.